Hey there, gang. Patrick King here, coming to you live from the Lincoln House Hotel in Cazenovia, New York. This is one of my favorite places around the country to stay. If you're ever in the Cazenovia area, make sure you stop by and take a visit or have dinner or stop by the tavern downstairs at the Lincoln House Hotel. It's a really neat place. Like I say, one of my favorite across the country. And here with me on our live broadcast tonight, I have Katie Bogert from KB Equine in Meriden, Connecticut. So she's been hanging around for the last couple days, and she's going to be here for a couple more days doing the tag-along internship sort of deal. So she's actually going to give you the question of the day at the end of this video, as you've seen we customarily do. So anyway, without further ado, the question for today comes from Karen, and Karen wants to know, I've seen many people in the Western world kicking the horse's shoulders to move them. I've seen people dragging their spurs across the shoulders to move them laterally, and also when they're asking the horses to back up. Is this common? She also adds a little note. I've ridden English for so long and continue to train my cow horses with classical English or dressage training. Am I missing something? So am I missing something, Karen? Yes, I'd say you're missing the Kool-Aid. I know I'm going to probably offend some people when I say this, but we see riders oftentimes kicking on their horses' shoulders to move them across. Now, if a horse is really disrespectful in a moment or really unfocused in a moment, I won't say that I would never reach up with my foot and maybe scare one by slapping him on the shoulder with my foot, but that's going to be probably one in every 500,000 horses. Don't quote me on the number there, but it's going to be a rare thing that you might need to do that, and it would be to change a horse's mindset, to kind of scare him out of the thought process that he's in that moment. Otherwise, when we talk about moving a horse laterally, you need to engage the horse's hindquarters to move them laterally. When we're talking about backing a horse up, he needs to engage his hindquarters to back up. As far as I've understood it, the horse's shoulders have never been the motor. The shoulders have never been the engine of the horse. So if we're having trouble, say, and I know, Karen, you've said you've seen this with with some of the Western horses. So we see these horses with trouble unlocking their shoulders. Unlocking or being braced is very different than being energetic. So we could work to supple those shoulders, but again, the hindquarters is where the motor lies. It's where the energy comes from. So, I can't see any good or biomechanically correct reason to be banging on our horse's shoulders when we're asking for lateral work, when we're asking to back up, when we're asking them to do turnarounds. Like I say, the only time that I could, in this moment right now anyway, the only time that I could see reaching up there with my foot and kind of slapping a horse on the shoulders would be to scare him in a moment out of a thought process. Now, when I talk about doing that, that's probably something that a lot of riders are not even going to be capable of doing, or not currently capable of doing, or maybe not brave enough to do, maybe I should say. The only time I would ever really want to kick on a horse or slap on a horse with my legs to scare one in the way that I'm talking about is if we're in a situation where it's going to be dangerous if the horse continues on their thought process. For instance, I can actually think of the last time that I kicked a horse in a sense like this. We were riding down a road, and that horse happened to be more distracted by the lines painted on the asphalt than he was by the 18-wheeler truck coming down the road. I needed to get his attention. I needed to kind of scare that horse forward so that we could cross that line and not get run over, okay? Now, do I call that a training situation? No, I call that a survival situation, and that's way different than, I believe, what Karen's talking about right here. So the long and the short of it, your horse's shoulders have never been the motor. If your horse's shoulders are blocked, they need to be suppled, but they will never help to drive the horse. The same goes for slapping the horse's shoulder with the crop, like we see so many riders do to get the horse to move forward. The engine has never, ever been in the horse's shoulders, so doing that at best is biomechanically silly. So, Karen, I hope that that's helpful to you. I hope that's helpful to some of our other viewers. If you found this helpful, please share this with your friends. Comment below. Don't forget, keep asking questions. We're going to keep answering them. The question of the day today, as I said earlier, is going to be brought to you by Katie. Be sure that you check out Katie's page here on Facebook. She's going to tell you what that page is, how to find her. Visit over to her page. Give her a like. So, Katie, what's our question of the day?
Okay, so the question of the day is, if you had to change anything about your equitation, what would it be and why? And my Facebook page is KB Equine LLC. You can find that on Facebook. My link is to my website and everything. Check that out. And make sure you comment below and tell us what your answer is. So I think...
Awesome. Sounds good. So again, like she said, in the answer or in the comment section below, give us your answers for the question of the day. Be sure to check out Katie's page, KB Equine LLC. You keep asking questions, we'll keep answering them. Thanks so much, guys, for tuning in.